I know this question may sound weird, but how many people around you hate, dislike, or have a problem with? Maybe they are bullies, selfish, self-centered, or whatever. How many of them are still in your life cycle? Maybe they are your friends, neighbors, colleagues, or God forbid, your family or your spouse. What if I told you that those people are what they are today mainly because of their parenting style? They either had a negative parent, the one they teach them some things like, in order to win, someone has to lose, or kindness is not winner's tool, or in this life, either you eat or you'll be eaten, a message about toughness. Or they simply had passive parents, the ones that didn't interfere with their parenting at all. So they didn't teach them anything, or they didn't correct any misbeliefs, ideas, or concepts they had. Now think about the children you're responsible for, either your sons, daughters, or students. Do you want them to be hated, disliked, and be pushed away like those people? If your answer is no, hopefully, then you are in the right place. Parenting is one of the most important toolkits you can have to empower your children, yourself, and improve your future. Yet it is hugely undermined in our society. Think about driving. Before you drive, you must learn how to drive and obtain a license, demonstrating your ability to drive safe, to protect yourself, to protect others. Think about your job. Before I became a physician, I had to learn in the medical school and I had to obtain a license before being a physician. Same if you're a lawyer or an accountant. Even if your job didn't require like an official certificate, yet it required some learning about that job before doing it, right? But with parenting, we just do it. There's no learning required, there's no license required. Also think about when in movies where the villain is trying to invent like a mind controlling machine, you find that the hero is trying to prevent him because this is a bad idea having a mind controlling machine, and it's more of a bad idea if it falls under the wrong hands, right? And guess what? Parenting is a mind controlling machine. You're controlling your children's mind and therefore their future, their education, their life, their career, everything. And without a proper knowledge, without proper learning about parenting, it's just like a mind controlling machine falling in the wrong hands. That's why in this channel we have Parenting Toolkit. And in this toolkit, we will discuss some of the key and basic points that resemble the idea of having a parenting license. So make sure to subscribe to obtain that license if you're interested. And the first point in this license is to understand why this toolkit is important. Why should you care about parenting? As we said, parenting is an important toolkit to empowering our children, ourselves, and improving the future. So let's start with the children. Empowering the children can be done in 3 areas. So health, emotional intelligence, EQ, and intelligence, IQ. With health, good parents take good care of their children's health. So they provide healthy options. They teach them about healthy options and how to balance between healthy and unhealthy options in their life. They also take good care of their children's fitness style. So they make sure they are on sports, they exercise regularly, and so on. Also, they take good care of their children's health in terms of diseases. So they try to protect their health as much as they can. And they also teach them about how to protect themselves, like washing hands before eating or, minimizing the screen time in order to protect the eyes and the brain. In terms of safety, they also take good care of their children's safety, right? So when they are young, they remove the sharp and heavy objects. They care about this. They care about removing the sharp and heavy objects in their houses, not to fall on the children. And when they grow older, they make sure to teach them some things about safety. So how to deal with sharp objects like a knife, or how to cross a street in a safe way, etc. The second point is EQ, or emotional intelligence. And if you're not familiar about the distinction between EQ and IQ, well, EQ is more about the emotions. So those with high EQ have better understanding, perceiving, managing, and interacting with emotions, either with themselves and with others. And good parenting does that to the children. They raise good children with high EQ, children who respect others, children who knows when to say things in the appropriate times, children who say sorry or learn to say sorry when they do something bad. Then moving to the intelligence part or the IQ. So good parenting can give our children the superpower of being intelligent, because intelligence can give our children the ability to take better decisions in their education, in their career, in their life as a whole. So they can take better decisions in choosing the right work for them, in choosing the right friends for them, in choosing the right ones to marry them even. And studies show that intelligence is 70% genetics and 30% environmental. And this 30% environmental source can increase your IQ or the IQ to 20 and by 20 or 30 points in the IQ scale. So if you have a child whose IQ is around 60, which is a borderline, you can, by changing his education level, by challenging him, to increase the IQ up to 80 or even 90. So you're literally moving a child or changing a child who can't do math and turning him into a child who can be a CEO of a financial company. Can you imagine how strong this tool is, the intelligence one? Now that we empowered our children, let's see how can parenting empower us, ourselves. In his magnificent book, Give and Take, Adam Grant showed us that the most successful people in this world are the givers. Givers who give more than they take. Givers who give without being paid or reciprocated in return. And parenting is one of the fewest jobs there that is 100% giving in nature. You're not being paid to be a parent, right? Actually, you are paying time, energy, effort, and money to be a parent. Also, giving gives you this feeling of power, satisfaction, happiness, and it also validates your skills and experiences. The other point is that when you're parenting, you learn new things, things that can not only help you with the parenting, but also in your life. So if you're learning how to be a good listener for your children, this tool can help you with yourself, right, in your work. If you're learning how to be more patient about your children, this can help you too in your own life, aside from parenting. Also in parenting, you will learn new things from your children. So it's like a win-win situation between you guys. So now that we empowered the children and now we empowered ourselves, how could you think the future will be like? I can only imagine a bright future where in a society, both the children and the adults are empowered. Take a look around you right now. Take a look at your neighbors, friends, or colleagues. Are you overall satisfied with them? Are you surrounded with good people, good listeners? If yes, then you're lucky. Enjoy. But if you're not overall satisfied with them, if you're surrounded by some bullies, by some aggressive ones, by bad listeners, don't you think it would have been better if they were taught to be better at those things? I sure do. So that was it for today. You had your first point in your parenting license. Make sure to subscribe to be updated for the other points to come and finally obtain your parenting license. And also, you will benefit from the other toolkits we provide in this channel to upgrade your life. See you next week, and until we meet, keep upgrading.